Yes, and we are back. We are back. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with us. I went to see the Fall Guy last night. Took my son out. Fall Guy was pretty good. It was really good. I'd actually enjoyed the Fall Guy. I laughed a lot. I think it's a great movie, and it was one of the ones that took me by surprise. So. Yeah, I would say that's one of the ones worth watching. So shout out to Ryan Gosling. And that whole thing was funny to me. I died laughing. All right. Not going to give the movie away because that ain't what I want to do. This is a sports talk show. So back to business. We last talked about Patrick Beverley going Pat Bev out in the Pacers arena, letting people know that he don't give a buck about them and buck what you say. I'm gonna throw this ball at you. Want to go ahead and switch coasts. We're gonna go ahead and go out west in the Lakers. They're coach shopping. Shocker. Now they got 9 names that they want to look at. Tyronn Lue. I don't think he wants to go to the Clippers, because he's playing with the Clippers. He was in the first round of the playoffs, just like y'all. So switching Ty Lue for Darvin Ham, that's kind of like the same person. That's because that's a lose-lose. I don't know. But one name they floated really had me shocked. Now I'm just like, what? This comes from CBS Sports and Sam Quinn. Darvin Ham, his time with the Los Angeles Lakers has come to an end on Friday when he was fired after just 2 seasons on the job. Now, the pressure to win in LA is always going to be heavy. However, you can't tell me LeBron James didn't have anything to do with that decision, because LeBron James is who they're trying to court, how they're trying to keep him in-house. To sit up here and say LeBron had no knowledge of what was going to happen to Darvin Ham is childish and idiotic. So let's just stop that right there. Though necessary, given his lackluster performance, really, the guy got to the Western Conference Finals last year. They just couldn't beat the Denver Nuggets. He got him into the playoffs this year. There are some teams that would kill for that record. Detroit would kill for that record. Atlanta would kill for that record. New Orleans would kill for that record. Hell, the San Antonio Spurs would like to be in that position. But that's enough to get you fired? Unbelievable. The move was still somewhat surprising given the circumstances surrounding the hiring. And let's be clear, the Lakers hired him because they wanted to make a play for Giannis Antetokounmpo. But when that wasn't an option, and it was only a matter of time before they invented some phony reason to get rid of him. In 2022, Vogel's downfall was his failure to successfully integrate Russell Westbrook, which was false. Russell was nothing but the scapegoat for everything that went bad. LeBron, he took the bullets, and LeBron got to play error-free. Into the Lakers roster, which is fake. Who traded for Westbrook? It wasn't the front office. Yeah, it was the front office who traded for Westbrook. Rob Pelinka and Kurt Rambis, 2 of the weakest Lakers to have ever played for the organization. 2 of the weakest Lakers to have ever played in that organization are now in the front office, and they're making decisions. However, because they deemed that trade so horrible, the only person to suffer any repercussions was Russell Westbrook. And it was low-hanging fruit because the NBA, not the NBA, but ESPN and Fox Sports, all of the corrupt paid-for media told you to focus in on Russ, why it's Russ's fault, but nobody ever questioned the front office. We got a lot more in this story to unpack when we come back from a quick 20 from our unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Drop the spot. Yes, McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Order online or visit the good folks at your local McDonald's and download the app. McDonald's, I'm loving it. The new Bacon Cajun Ranch sandwiches are here for a limited time. Make sure you get the McCrispy. That's what they calling it, the McCrispy. You get those juicy, tender pieces of chicken. You get that Applewood smoked bacon and Cajun ranch sauce. It's a limited time. You get one regular and you get a spicy one. That sounds good, man. My goodness. Also, what sounds good is if you can get your meals and your sandwiches and your deals right now on the app, you can get the buy one, get one free. You can buy a quarter pounder with cheese, Big Mac, or 10-piece McNugget. When you buy one, you get the next one free. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Okay, so when we last left off, we talked about Rob Pelinka. We talked about Kurt Rambis being absolutely useless. Now we all know what went on. James became the scoring champion. After he did that, they got rid of Russell Westbrook. Fast. They shipped him up out of there when he passed up Kareem. The Lakers will hire their fourth head coach during Pelinka's tenure with the team, with Luke Walton included. So that hasn't been that long ago. That's like 4 coaches in 6 years. That you can't get any sense of normal if you're constantly firing people. Not just the coach, but the entire staff. It's very hard to get continuity because every year or every other year, we're learning a new playbook. We're learning new plays. We're learning new setup. And I know what people are saying. If you're a professional, you can adapt to these things. But if I never played in this system, if I'm on the ball, now I got to learn how to play off the ball. So my touches, it will affect my touches. And if I'm a high volume shooter where I need 20 to 30 shots a game, but in this new system, I go down to 15 shots a game. That's going to mess with my money when my contract comes around. You have to think like that. Ownership tends to wonder at times if people are making the right decisions. All of this is to say, despite the deep ties that Pelinka and Rambis have to the organization, there's no guarantee that they're going to get a chance at a 5th head coach. And they shouldn't. Jeannie Buss should be out there looking to get rid of both of them dudes because it's not working. After all, the weakest guys in LA Laker history shouldn't be picking a coach or players. Just saying. Also, check out the list of replacements because that's why we here. Ty Lue, he's currently coaching the Clippers. We talked about that. Mike Budenholzer. Another desperate move to get Giannis down to LA. He's not going. Juwan Howard just got hired as the assistant coach in Brooklyn. I don't care how much money you throw at Juwan Howard. Juwan's not going to go out there. Why would he? This is Juwan Howard's rehab tour. He stays with the New Jersey. He goes with player development. He ingratiates himself with the staff, different coaches, looking at different things, looking at scouting reports. If I'm Juwan, I don't even think about a Laker job. Phil Handy, and he's been with the Laker organization. So Phil Handy, he hasn't gone anywhere. He's been there through everybody's tenure. And somehow he's the only person to not get fired. I don't understand that. That is amazing that they fire entire coaching staffs, but they don't fire him. Dave Adelman of Denver, really? Is he really gonna come? Oh my God, is he really gonna come? And then they floated one name that above any had me just like, what? JJ Redick. JJ, no accountability, trash talk, can't back none of it up. Redick. Yeah. Now, what are JJ Redick's qualifications? You ask. And I will tell you. A young JJ leading a travel team of 9-year-olds, Redick has no coaching experience whatsoever. What? So this man was leading travel ball for 9-year-olds, and now you're going to put him in charge of $180 million roster of pros. That's a weed idea. That's a weed idea, man. 1 minute you're playing the Sacramento Warriors or you're playing a Sacramento youth team. Now you're playing the Sacramento Kings. And they own your ass. And he could have coached in the G League. But I don't know what it is about this dude that they think this dude is some hell of a coach. And that's not it. Not it at all. Now, that hasn't been for a lack of interest, because Joe Mazzulla has said publicly that he tried to hire Redick into his Boston Celtics staff. The Raptors interviewed Redick for their head job last offseason, and the Hornets have done so this offseason. And with that job open, there's a chance he gets it. Where? Nobody's hired this man. Yeah, I made the offer at Boston. I wanted him to come. He didn't go. It's kind of like when he sat up here and he took shots at Doc Rivers after Doc Rivers saved his career. We documented that on the program because when he left the Clippers, he floated into irrelevancy. We talked about that. Had he not found the Clippers when he left Orlando, his career would have been over then. He just happened to land on a good team. Now he's got the opportunity to go out here and coach, and they're not hiring him. As much as someone liked you, they extended the offer. He had an opportunity to go coach, go cut his teeth, and go learn from Joe Mazzulla, a guy who's kept the Boston Celtics at the top of the Eastern Conference and kept them in the playoffs. That's a good guy to learn from. That's a good way to cut your teeth. No, you didn't take that job. You took the easy way out. You went on ESPN, where you didn't have to put the work in. And you can sit there and talk BS and fool people and baffle them with bullshit. So JJ Redick, yes, you interviewed for these jobs, but they didn't hire you because they don't want you. And if you go out to LA, it's going to be much of nothing because now your record gets examined. The way you manage the game gets examined. The way you have your defense out there gets examined. Your playoff wins gets examined. And that's a little too much pressure and accountability from someone who has none. Yeah. So they're going to float his name there. And I don't care who you are. Nobody almost gets fired all 3 times without red flags popping up somewhere. There's something about him that says they don't want him. So good luck to the Lakers finding another dummy that Kurt Rambis and Rob Pelinka can run out of there. However, Darvin Ham, keep your head up. You did a good job. In any other organization, when you break things down, you would still be a head coach somewhere. I hope you and your coaching staff land on your feet. But as always, playing out in LA, you're playing in a vacuum. So we got one more story and then we'll be back. This is Big Vern at App Stupid.